pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway, the home of the SCL Grand National Series, and it is only fitting that after 2 nights of spectacular racing, we crown a third champion here in a battle between Kevin West, Austin Call, and Justin Lewis right here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. My name is Zach Woods, and welcome to the SRM booth. I'm accompanied by the boss man that makes all things happen here, and that is Jonathan Leach. Jonathan, good to have you here. Excited for another title match regarding some of SCL's finest.
3 title matches in a week. I'm here for 2 of them. Last night was fun. This time we're at Atlanta. I got one of the best in the booth with me. Can't be more excited. Looks like we have a 16-car field, and drivers are gridding currently here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm going to take a little bit more of your thunder away. Real fast, the track temperature is 104 degrees, it looks like. It's 82 degrees outside, and it's a little bit windy, only about 5 knots, but not too bad. And, of course, we are at Atlanta. Zach, without further ado, I guess it's time to go over the grid, and the graphic is now up for our awesome fans that have been here with us all season.
Adam Lowe will head off first tonight with Kevin West to his outside. Kevin looking to make hay tonight early as he is trying to wrap up a championship bid here this evening. Jason Foskey, followed by Klaus Williams, rolling off in fourth in that 04 machine, followed by Chad Jones and Justin Lewis, a competitor for tonight's championship. Taylor Laskowski, in the 375 in row 4, side by side with Todd Merkel in the Merkel Racing Engines machine. Our friendly Canadian Bruno Latour will roll off 9th, followed by David Hanna in 10th. Wesley Hogue will pilot the 038 machine from 11th, followed by the man who likes to ride the outside no matter where we are, Joshua Yarbrough in the 77. Watch him making moves early.
All right, and a few more drivers down. We're going to have, we got James Lindsay, Austin Call, and Brendan Cronoyer. And that looks like, so we got a 15-car field, as we just mentioned. And, Zach, I wish these cars were moving because I'm already kind of ready to get going with the way things were yesterday. No bad calls for me today, I hope. Only exciting ones. We got 80 laps here at Atlanta. It's going to be a little bit long.
Yeah, and it's going to be a fun one here where we're going to see these old school Gen 4s attack an old school racetrack. Some race information for you viewers out there. There's a 21 penalty or 21 point incident count penalty regarding drivers that reach that 21 incident marker. Then they will have to drive down pit road and take a pass through. 29 will see them disqualified tonight. You get one faster pair regarding your race this evening. Gen 4 again here at Charlotte here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the 1.5 mile iconic racetrack located in Atlanta, Georgia. These drivers are going to try their best to make quick work of this 80 lap event. Should be a good one.
Oh man, yeah, 80 laps. I just, it's been a long time since I've raced at Atlanta, Zach, and I've never done it in this car. And I really wonder if iRacing got the sound of these machines right. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. We can get down close in the spectator view right here. And I'm really hoping to capture some awesome sounds for the fans. I want to thank the fans for being here again. We have a handful of you guys currently watching. Tell your friends to come on by. We'd appreciate seeing some more people because this is going to be a good one. And the fact that we don't have hundreds of people watching the SCL Cup League week in and week out is a little bit of a tragedy. And if you're looking for a league and you just happen to jump in here, this is definitely the league for you. And Zach, I'm looking forward to the new season starting already. And we still haven't finished this one.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a number of drivers here that are looking to cap off a great campaign regarding battles throughout the season. A few that we're going to talk about here tonight are just a number of drivers who are trying to cap off not exactly championship campaigns, but something a little bit different. All throughout our SCL coverage, we've not just covered for you the championship battle, but also the battle for the Rookie of the Year. And I think it's really cool that SCL does not just an award for the champion of the of their divisions, but also rewards the Rookie of the Year efforts for these drivers. In the very rare, we'll put it that way, in the very rare instance that Kevin West finds the most misfortune that anyone should find, he's probably going to wind up winning this Drivers' Championship, which will then hand the Rookie of the Year award to a bit of an underdog, because Jarrett Bolliard, who was originally 13 points in front of his nearest competitor, is not racing tonight. So the Rookie of the Year award would go to the driver of the number 25, Jason Foskey. But we're going to refrain on interviewing him because, well, like I just said, Jonathan, there is a small chance that Kevin West could take the Rookie of the Year honor if he doesn't win the championship. So we're going to refrain from crowning the Rookie of the Year just in case we get a fight on our hands for this championship.
Well, something drastic is going to have to happen, and I just don't see that happening from the pole position, or on the front row here, especially when we're talking about Kevin West week in and week out. Drivers to watch, in my opinion, Justin Lewis every week, and Austin Call's also very fast as well. Some drivers we'd like to see have a good race. Bruno Latour, we need to stop talking about him because something bad's going to happen again, just like last night. But it looks like the pace lights are out here, and we should be going in a couple minutes. It looks like they've delayed a few times, because I'm showing that we're going to start on lap 2, which is a little bit strange.
Yeah, it'll reset it should reset rather, once we hit the green in terms of our timing and scoring. A number of drivers took EOLs, which is the reason why they are not 2x2 all the way through the field. One more time, let us get ready for some action-packed racing here at Atlanta, featuring the SCL company. Now in their Grand National division, we are underway. Adam Lowe leading that inside line, flanked to his outside by Kevin West.
Kevin West already off to a good start, pushed strongly by Justin Lewis. Notice how these cars are not going to touch each other as Justin Lewis makes a power move to the inside of Kevin West. It was a drag race down the backstretch, but it looks like Lewis might have let out for some reason because they were side by side coming into turn number 3. Kevin West now with a 0.4 second lead over Lewis, who has second, and Jason Foskey in third place.
Justin Lewis made sure to tell us in his post-race interview last night that he's going to do everything he can to take care of his tires early on. He doesn't want to see a good run done away with poor tire management. So look at this. They are fanning out 4 wide. 4 abreast, I guess I should say, with drivers using different lines here. And Jonathan, we really haven't talked about it yet, but driving the Gen 4 around this place really does open up some options in terms of how you attack this racetrack.
Well, Zach, I wish I was super familiar with the different ways that you would attack the racetrack, but what I would imagine with the high horsepower, there's multiple different lanes that you can really take advantage of. And I do want to touch back on Lewis, as it's quite a shot, just about, or an aggressive move by Taylor Laskowski right there. Looked like he used the draft and then just went right around, a little shake and bake action with Lewis. And I was thinking about him saving his tires, and I wonder where the best place on track is to do that. Do you run the middle lane or the low lane? And I know if you're trying to save tires, you just don't want to get out of anybody's way. You don't want to just give them the position, make them work for it. That can only be beneficial for you as you go down or go further.
Oh no! Justin Lewis hard! Clipping hard into the outside wall. Trying to figure out who that was. Brennan Cornier, perhaps?
Ooh.
Just a vicious hit by the driver of the 038 machine. That's Wesley Hogue.
And look at this. Bruno Latour gets into another one. Every week.
Run it.
I tell you what, this man is cursed, and it must be because from Canada.
Well, Bruno does a pretty good job trying to keep his nose clean. There wasn't a whole lot he could do there. You could see some front end damage.
There's
on
nothing
that
he
71.
can do.
But,
nothing he can do.
But yeah, vicious hit there regarding a championship contender in Justin Lewis, although he is on the outside looking in. He told us last night that this is his for fun league. He loves to come out here and just try to learn and try to have fun. Of course, he was the Cup champion on Monday night. If you tuned in, were able to catch that. And if not, there was some fantastic racing there, so I encourage you to do so. Taking a look back through the field, you can see a number of drivers going down on pit road right now. Justin Lewis, Chris Melton also down on pit road, Jason Foskey on pit road, and then, of course, Wesley Hogue probably needed a tow down to pit road for how hard that car impacted the outside wall.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that to see. We got these drivers all coming down pit road: Foskey, Lewis, Melton, Hogue. Well, that's Hoag. I'm thinking maybe there was a tow because it's pretty stationary right there. Yeah, just as you mentioned, for sure. Single file, that was lap 5. Is that all occurred, or perhaps coming to lap 6? You know, this is stuff you expect to see at a track like this, high speed. I don't know if the high horsepower is going to make anything more aggressive or more likely, because I haven't personally driven these cars. I can't imagine what it's like coming off the corner, though, because I know Atlanta is just notoriously slippery, but high horsepower slippery and hot track temperature. I wonder if we're going to see people starting to slide around.
Yeah, especially as the run wears on, you know, these drivers are going to try to take care of their tires for as long as possible. But I think that in a league like this, it's sort of been preached now all week, right? Hey, we're going to Atlanta. Track conditions, you're going to be in the middle of the day. Just know what you're driving and how you're going to manage it well. The key, Jonathan, to get around this place and to manage your tires is that you don't want to be sawing the wheel in the middle of the corners. And I hope we get the chance to hop on board with some of these drivers as the run wears on, because you can certainly wear your tires out on any lane of this racetrack, but you can save them too. It's just a matter of how much back and forth are you turning that wheel in the center of the corner. You can saw on it on the low line or the high line or the middle. You can destroy tires no matter where you run. It's how you drive the car. It's your racecraft that saves your tires here, not necessarily the line that you're going to take.
Well, that's some very good insight right there. This is one of the guys who drives a lot, folks, not myself, and he's very, very much improved. So good to so we're talking more about, like you said, not sawing. So you want to be smooth. Is it like trying to? All right, we're coming into the corner, and we're going to put one control input and then try to hold it. And the better you are at that, the better you save tires. Is that how you would put it?
And here in the Gen 4s, you have to be more aware, not necessarily of the dirty air in front of you, but rather the pull from beside of you. If you are down low, you're going to experience that side force, and you can get pinched down in the corner and can wrap you back around. Somebody who doesn't have to worry about that, though, is Kevin West, as he is flying away from the field. He's the class of the field here early on as we take lap 8.
Coming into turn number 1, West, followed by Laskowski, Adam Lowe, Todd Merkel, Bruno Latour in 5th. I'm guessing, did he just not pit from his impact? Because he's currently scored P5 right now. A little further back, got some side-by-side action between Chad Jones and I believe the 04, the 18 of Austin Call, who's making some aggressive moves. Remember, he started in the back. He's already up to 6th.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of nice drives happening all the way around this place right now. We have a battle that we're looking at right here. This is for the 7th position. Taking a peek back up towards the lead. It is fairly close between Lakowski and West. In fact, that 375 has taken the lead from Kevin West.
Try to see how this happens right here. Looks like Kevin West got into the corner a little bit hot, perhaps, or maybe they just traded the position away. That actually looked extremely
coordinated.
Yeah, coordinated. Back it up just a smidge here. Watch them coming into the corner. Yeah, that appears coordinated. I'm not sure if that's like a fuel strategy, perhaps. I don't know if they're teammates, and I tell you what, they're battling again, so I'm not so sure what happened here at this point, as Kevin West is taking the lead over Merkel, Adam Lowe, side by side, right behind them, nearly touch into the corner, but they get through.
Man, look at Todd Merkel there on that low line. You can see the back end of the number 2 Merkel Racing Engine machine sort of kick you out through the center of the corner. He's battling really hard right now with Adam Lowe. I know this would mean a lot for Adam if he gets a win here, the last race of the season. He's looking pretty sporty here early on.
Only 11 laps out of 80, a 7th, or correction, just over an 8th through. Kevin West a quarter out front. Looking at fastest lap times. Kevin West put the fastest one down last time. Oh, but I take that back. Chad Jones put the fastest lap down at a 31:54, and he also holds the second fastest lap. Laskowski in the 375 holds the fastest lap of the race at a 31.47.
Yeah, don't look now, though, but Adam Lowe's looking pretty sporty right now as these two battle in front of him, the driver of the 58. He's one of the admins that makes it all work. We talked about it last night in our post-race interviews for the late model stock. Yeah, is that right? Division, and they all blend together. Man, they just all blend together. But they talked about how it's either Josh Cherry-Hill or Adam Lowe that RCs, and then the other driver gets the race. So if anybody's wondering where Josh Cherry-Hill is, well, now you know. You can see Adam Lowe on the racetrack. That means Josh Cherry-Hill, he's being the eye in the sky tonight for SCL.
I heard in pre-race when they were discussing how they were going to do that. And so as you said, Adam Lowe is here as he's looking around Laskowski here. They're playing a little back and forth right there. It looks like Adam Lowe is going to be able to take advantage, be side by side into 3. I'm not sure if he'll have the drive off of the corner to make the pass just yet. Not quite. Laskowski's going to hang on to P2.
Trying to muscle that Colombo Properties number 58 machine. Colombo Properties was one of the sponsors not too long ago for SCL competition, so we're very familiar with their work here on Sim Racing Media. But you take a look here as these drivers are still battling side by side for second. I think 375 got in the fence a little bit.
Now side by side coming into turn number 4. This time I feel like Adam Lowe's going to have a shot at it, but he's still not quite clear into, oh my goodness, look at that. I'm going to call that a slide move, and the crossover now, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough.
Yeah, Lowe's just going to have to hit his marks now, keep that car wound up there in that middle lane, get that good drive off. You kind of want to see that 58 drift up towards the wall a little bit more. Look at Kevin West. You can see how close he is to the wall on exit. He's not afraid to let the car drift up the racetrack, gain as much momentum as possible as it carries him down the backstretch. We're going to take a look at the differences on exit between the 47 and the 58.
And we'll keep an eye on. We'll stay here with Kevin West for this exit, and then we'll walk ourselves back over to Adam Lowe, who's just behind him. I wish I could get a view of both of them. And you know, it looks like Adam Lowe in that round right there might have stayed up a little bit higher, more following in the footsteps, or tire tracks, should I say, of Kevin West. You know, kind of enters from the middle, tries to wrap, not quite on the white line, and he's going to look like he drives it all the way up, just about to the wall.
Yeah, these drivers are working hard right now. You see Adam Lowe, he's just sort of tiptoeing away from the battle that's looking to shape up right behind him between Laskowski, and Chad Jones here in the 75. They're going to go side by side. Man, that's really close racing.
Yeah, really close right there. And, you know, this is probably a dangerous place to be at, as you were mentioning. You got to worry about the side force of the car next to you as they almost touch again. I wonder if these cars kind of create almost like a vacuum effect in which it pulls them closer together when they get side by side with the turbulent air. But I really couldn't tell you.
Well, you can see just driving down the backstretch. This angle right here does it really well. Look how skewed these cars are going down the backstretch. It looks like they're crab walking, but they're driving as good as they can going down the backstretch. And with a car that's shaped like this and that's skewed out like this, you can tell that when you get side by side on that low line, it is not comfortable for these drivers.
Try and take an extra angle right here. And I do believe that with this high horsepower, I can only imagine all you can do is get off the gas and try to save the car. Ah, look at that big wiggle right there. Oh, boy!
Chad Jones into the outside fence as we go ooh in the booth, trying to avoid a skirting 375 machine. Insert Todd Merkel here into the conversation.
Now, Todd Merkel's like, you know what? These guys have had a bunch of near misses. I need to go ahead and add myself to the equation and see how well we can do.
Oh my goodness, put that on Sim Racing Media's funny bits as the boss man and I go ooh at the same time. As
oh man, that was such a bad call. It was funny. That's great.
We like to have fun up here. Look at the battle that's happening behind this trio. This is Bruno Latour, Justin Lewis, and Klaus Williams as well in the 04. Throw Austin Cole in the mix.
And Justin Lewis trying to make his way back up after the earlier incident as you got side by side just mentioned. And Austin Cole just probably kind of biding his time. I bet he's going to get a twofer here because look at this. We're seeing this in multiple places. Cars are coming out of the corner, and they're just wanting to come together. It's like the higher car wants to come down on its own, and the bottom car, of course, is just going to drift up. That's really strange, and I don't think that's just all totally driver. And a wiggle right there from Klaus Williams.
Yeah, Klaus is able to hit the wall and keep it straight and keep his position. That's pretty unique, but these drivers right now, they're trying to get every little bit out of the race cars right now. We're on lap 23, and a lot of these drivers have not pitted yet, so just know that we're in the part of the run where managing your equipment matters oh so much. These drivers have to be able to be in it for the long haul. I'm really excited to see the comers and goers now.
Go back a little bit towards the front here to see if these guys have sorted anything out. Todd Merkel has managed to take away third place, and he's up 5 positions now on the day. Austin Call and Chris Melton, only drivers that have gained more positions.
So here's the thing about Todd Merkel, and it doesn't matter what he drives, and it doesn't matter where he's at. Todd, his philosophy of racing is low and slow, and you can see he's very hesitant coming up off the corner here. You're not skirting the car off the corner. You're not getting loose. You're not putting too much throttle in it, and he's disciplined. He'll stay right here on that low line. He'll be smooth rather than being fast. Guess what? That means long run speed. He's not going to be quick early on, but as the run wears on, that Merkel Racing Engines machine will probably be one of the easier handling cars as we carry on in this green flag run.
Well, we'll keep a close eye on that. Let's go through the field a little bit, starting back here with Justin Lewis. And take a moment to kind of go through all the drivers. Justin Lewis out of Columbus, Indiana, currently scored P6.
Klaus Williams back here, driving the 04 as he does across SEL competition. Good little run for him. Battling right now side by side with our next driver. I thought we were going to do like an every other thing, Jonathan. I mean,
oh, well, you were just doing so good, man. I'm used to you just taking over the show. You know, the SEL is your show. You know, we just need to do our, like, Sim Racing Media Saturday Night Live version. I shouldn't say that. I can't say that, but, you know, we're just a dang joke show right now.
Taylor Lakowski's not joking. He's down pit road right now. He's looking to get new tires on this 375. It looks like pit road is open for at least one of the heavy hitters of tonight's event. You saw he was battling around the 3rd position, was falling back through the field fairly quickly. He's going to slap 4 new field goods on it.
We're going to see just how he's going to come. It's going to see how this is going to shake out. Now, I wonder if this is going to force other drivers to come down pit road as well. I'm not quite sure what position that he pitted from. I think it was about 5th place. And I know the fall off here is extreme. We're seeing drivers in the 33.4s, 33.2s, and the fastest laps on fresh tires are in the 31s. So he's going to have the opportunity to really make up some time here. But the question is it going to be, is the juice worth the squeeze, you know, once your tires wear out and everybody else is faster than you?
Bruno Latour has indicated he's going down pit road right now in the 71 machine. You can see him here. Wonder if he's going to maybe get some of that damage repaired. It's gonna be such a tough call if it's impairing him. I don't think it was too bad, Jonathan, on that wreck that we saw happen at lap 5.
You know, it's actually a little bit more bumpy. We've got our guys out there with the drone looking at it. That's definitely got to affect the aero of this vehicle. It's not as rounded in the front. So we'll keep an eye on him right here as he comes down pit road. I don't see anything, doesn't look like anything crazy is happening on track. Enters this pit stall solidly. Waiting for tires to go up. And I'm not sure what we're seeing here with the bumper. I'm thinking he may not take a fast repair. He might be expecting something else to happen. You know, this might as well be called a super speedway. So we're probably not quite done with incidents just yet.
Yeah, and it doesn't surprise me either, right? It's green flag conditions. You can't really afford to spend a ton of time on pit road. You only get one fast repair, so you don't really want to make that happen right now, because here on lap 30, or well, around lap 30 anyway, these drivers are going to have to pit again. So you're going to wind up down pit road eventually once again, that might be where we see Bruno take his fast repair.
Yeah, that would make more sense, especially with the time remaining. And it seems like it's in iRacing. It just doesn't seem to be as difficult to come up through the field as you see in real life. This is real life, but out of the sim, it seems a little harder to drive through the field. So waiting might actually bode well for him in order to take that. But somebody who's not waiting is the number 18 Tide machine of Austin Call, up to 4th, up 10 positions on the evening.
Yeah, he's been very patient, just kind of letting the race come to him, but the 375's getting on him pretty quick. 18 gets out of the way, letting the faster guy go by. Excellent decision making there. The reason why we're not really covering our championship favorite and leader, Kevin West, all too much is because he's got a gargantuan lead on those behind him.
Kevin West is pretty much checked out, almost 6 seconds ahead of Adam Lowe. Running consistently the second fastest laps on track. The only driver running slightly faster is Austin Call, and last time he did not run faster. So Kevin West is checked out, conserving his tires, and for him, this just seems to be a fuel race.
Yeah, I've been really interested in seeing this fuel strategy, Jonathan. These drivers are going down pit road around the lap 20. Well, we saw the earliest come down on lap 26, flirting around that lap 28 mark. And yet there are a number of drivers chilling here at lap 34. So you kind of think that the drivers that came in, guys like Bruno Latour, guys like Luskowski, they're going down because they need tires. And they feel like, hey, I can make up enough ground where this is going to be okay and make this a multiple stop race. Could we see this field perhaps trying to stretch it to that magic number 40? Not Justin Lewis.
I think that about settles it right there, especially if he was trying to conserve tires and all that. If he just came down, I don't expect anyone else to really go much further. But man, if you could save fuel that far, and I can't imagine our leader can, being up here. Can he?
Well, he's
done it before.
Yeah, he's done it before. So I don't put a whole lot by him. And with the gap that he's got now up to 7.4 seconds on Adam Lowe and growing for that matter, you can really afford to save a bunch of fuel. And I think that's exactly what he's doing through the center of the corner. You got to get to 40.
And I really wish we could tell by going on board here with him what he's doing. We'll try it, but I don't believe we're going to. Oh, I might be able to watch the RPMs a little bit right here.
Mm-hmm.
He's clearly full throttle right here. Let's see. Oh, he got out early. Coasting.
Yeah.
Coasting.
Yep.
Picking up the throttle slightly.
Just enough to keep the car underneath him, just to feel like the car is still planted in the racetrack. If you let it drift too far, you will wind up skirting around like you're on ice skates. So excellent driving here by Kevin West. And not just him, there are a number of drivers here who are doing a great job by trying to get to lap 40.
At this point, I'm thinking it might just happen. Kevin West got a couple more laps to go, which means everybody else has a few more laps to go. Austin Call up to second now. Adam Lowe, I'm not sure how the pass went by. Maybe he just gave it to him. And Austin Call and Kevin West are the fastest drivers on track. So I wonder if we'll see ourselves a little bit of a battle, maybe some competition for Kevin West by the end of this one. Because Austin Call up 12 spots, matching him step for step when he's not in a competition with another car.
You gotta think, though, when it gets to lap 40, that 18 machine has to be down pit road right away trying to undercut the leader, because you have to make up that time somewhere, and it's not going to be, I believe, just on pure pace trying to catch Kevin West. You're going to have to do something creative, like doing the undercut on pit road.
Yeah, well, I agree with you, but I also think that 8 seconds is just going to be too far, so I'd run your race, my opinion. I'd run your race, knowing that whatever I'm at for fuel, Kevin West can't be too far off. And they're just both going to pit. I'm going to try to keep pace without damaging my tires and hope that I get a shot at him through a late race caution. Just my
Yeah,
thoughts.
I'm
My thoughts.
taking a look here. I mean, Kevin West, he's got 7 wins on the season. Austin Call's got a win. But the average start, just looking at where they are, Kevin West starting 6th on average, Austin Call starting 12th on average. And we saw that again tonight, Jonathan, where Call made a bit more work for himself tonight, trying to muscle up through the field. He's clearly got the car to get up there and challenge, but it's just that early mountain he has to climb seemingly more weeks than not is the reason why he's behind here come championship weekend.
Yeah, nope, I have to agree with you on that. As we got 3 drivers coming down pit road as we come to lap 41. Adam Lowe, Yarbaugh, and Canoyer. Kevin West still out there. I can't imagine they got too much more fuel, and he's going to skip pit road again.
That's really good if you're Austin Call. In my opinion, you need to go down pit road as soon as possible, trying to maximize the undercut as you can, knowing now you can make it on gas. Of course, we're up here in the booth not knowing exactly the fuel situation, but it's safe to say that for these drivers who pit now, you're going to be able to make it to the end. You're not going to feel good, as you can see. Call it was sideways off of 2, but you will make it there.
Yeah, at this point, I do agree with you. You know, I didn't think Kevin West would stay out this long. If I knew he'd stay out for 3 laps, I might have come down pit road. So I'm not really sure what the idea is here, unless Austin Call wants to be able to run harder and thinks that he might be able to heads up beat Kevin West. But, you know, or if he's just expecting and hoping that there's going to be a yellow to get him closer to him. But again, I don't think he can outrun him.
Yeah, that's a possibility too. We haven't really talked about it much, Jonathan, is that sometimes one of the hardest things as a sim racer is after this long run, you know, some of these drivers have been out here now for 44, 45 laps. You slap on 4 fresh feel goods and then you forget how to drive the race car because it just feels so different going back out on the racetrack. And that old Atlanta with an old car, that condition is even more evident as these drivers go from feeling awful to having way more grip than what they're used to.
Oh yeah, I've been at fault with that before myself. I've definitely been somebody that put some fresh tires on and looped it. We haven't seen it happen just yet.
I am curious to see where this all cycles out because, as you can see now, Austin Call is going to come down pit road. So this is going to answer my question. So Adam Lowe was around Austin Call when he went down pit road, right? And Justin Lewis was sort of in that fray as well. And they essentially have undercutted Call. And so let's see what those times look like here as Kevin West says, oh, no, you're not going to undercut me. He's going right down on pit road as soon as he came.
Yeah, you've got to imagine Kevin West knows that Austin Call seems to be the main source of competition. Now, we still are not quite sure what Justin Lewis brings to this because we know he was saving and then he had that incident. So we're going to keep a close eye out on his times. And it looks like Todd Merkel is going to take over the lead right here.
Todd's hoping for a yellow. He doesn't want to be the yellow, but he's hoping for a yellow. He wants to trap all these guys a lap down.
Yeah, that would be extremely beneficial as Klaus Williams seems to be looking to get around him. Holy cannolis.
Oh, Yarborough on the outside. They're going to make it work. Unbelievable driving by those guys.
No, absolutely no patience. But at this point, with 33 to go, you really can't be patient.
So the guy sitting in the catbird seat is what you have up here, Jonathan. Right now, Taylor Liskowski, we talked about him earlier. He went down pit road on lap 26. We talked about out of necessity because the tires weren't feeling good. Well, he undercutted these guys by 20 laps. So he's been chugging away here for a while. What does his fuel situation look like as we start to now approach lap 50?
Well, we know he's going to have to pit based off of this. You know, 26, these guys are pitting around 44. That's just not quite enough laps. He's significantly slower than everybody else as Foskey comes down pit road. Well, you know.
But Merkel hasn't pitted, you know?
I was about to say that. My brain, the monkey, the trombone started working in my brain. If these guys can go 50 laps, 50 plus 20, I still don't. It's only 76. I don't know if Merkel stays out for 4 more laps. It might get interesting, but I don't think he's just so much slower.
Yeah, I mean, unless
and he's only got 7 seconds.
Yeah, certainly right now he feels like Superman, right? He's out here leading laps, feeling good. Had a really sporty car early. It's gonna be so hard for him to keep guys like Lewis and West at bay. We'll see though, as you see Lewis there sideways coming off of turn 2. He's digging.
Merkel down this time by, now if this is the limit of fuel, I don't think Laskowski can make it.
Good on Todd Merkel though, getting to lap 50, being able to stretch it that far.
I'm just pretty impressive. We'll see how that's going to work out for him. That, he's going to be able to run extremely hard. And, I wonder about where he's going to cycle out. And perhaps he's one of those drivers that likes to do the passing instead of the being passed. So this could work out for him. He could be patient and just start picking drivers off once he comes back out on the track, as we see him doing now.
James Lindsay, the driver of the 751 machine, at least on my end, I'm sure on your end too, has not pitted, which is miraculous.
Yeah, I'm showing that. You're right. Oh, boy. Well. Okay. Okay. All right. Get to 54. Get to 54, and we'll see what Laskowski's got. But I don't think it's going to matter because I see one hungry Kevin West.
Coming.
Yeah, one hungry Kevin West and Justin Lewis step for step with each other on the way.
Yeah. You see, these drivers now are on different tires. This is the battle for the lead, and it is a battle no more. Kevin West back out to the front. And now let's see where Austin Call has cycled in through all this, knowing that there's only one car left. He is significantly behind Adam Lowe and Justin Lewis, those drivers that he was racing around before.
And, I wonder what happened there, and I wish we had an option. Here comes Laskowski doing a 3-stop race for him. Let's see how that's going to work out for him. But, yeah, it seems like Kevin West managed to get through the field faster. But, Austin could be saving some... Gosh, where did the 14-second gap come from? I mean, there was 7.
4 laps. 4 laps. Austin Call stayed out 4 laps more.
But not more than Kevin West.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I understand the other guys, but...
traffic and whatnot. But, yeah, maybe Kevin just had a cleaner racetrack to go back out and race. I don't know. Interesting. So Lindsley has pitted now. It is lap 54, by the way, so you got your wish. Although the only driver that is going to make it sporty here on doing something different in terms of pitting is Justin Lewis. He came down on 34, so he's got an uphill climb in front of him to keep all these drivers behind him that are on fresher tires at bay. But right now it's West, Lewis, and Lowe up front.
So there's a 5-second gap here. Kevin West now, he's still faster. I just don't think anyone really has anything for him. And now, there's foreshadowing for that. Justin Lewis even said that last night, that he doesn't think anyone's going to have anything for him, but that he was going to give it a shot. And this is starting to shake out to be another podium conversation with the second place Justin Lewis.
Well, we'll have to see, because the drivers behind him are on better tires. It's really a battle for second, trying to see who's going to sort it out between guys like Lowe, Yarborough. Call right now is clicking off some pretty good lap times. He's in 5th. He's on, remember, 4 laps fresher tires than the drivers in front of him. So you could very well see the 18 machine, who was fast at the end of the previous run, come up here and catch those guys in front of him.
Yeah, I could see Austin Call getting to third. 20 laps remaining. He's faster by about 0.3 of a second. I wish I had a calculator. He might be able to get to Justin Lewis, but I just don't expect Justin Lewis to run.
Ooh, Yarborough in the fence, that pink car. He was hard in the wall in the middle of 3 and 4. Perhaps the wall just kind of like sucked him in a little bit, but...
Well, I know these cars will do that. If you tap the rear end, it'll bring the right front, and it'll kind of like suck you into it, almost like pushing you into the wall, and you really have to work the wheel to get the machine off the wall.
I'll tell you what, Austin Call has got his hands full of some lap traffic actually around him that just won't let go. We're seeing here behind Yarborough, Call once got by the lap machine of, I think that's Lindsay back there in the 751 machine. Yeah, and then you can see that green car has made his way back around Call and is now hunting down Yarborough.
Yeah, it's strange. We're keeping an eye out on this. Looks like we got another car coming down pit road. I don't know why we're in replay right now. I'm very confused. There we go. We're back to where we were. David Hanna coming down pit road. And let's go back to see where the number 375 is currently scored in 11th after his pit stop on lap 52. Running extremely fast laps, but he's 13 seconds away from the nearest competition.
Yeah, and this is just driver philosophy, right? You have some drivers saying, I'm going to make this a 2-stop race early. A guy like Justin Lewis going to go down on lap 34. Of course, he went down on lap 5 for incident, but his philosophy was to take his one stop here early. And then you said this guy in Luskowski is going to come down. He's going to not just pit once, but he's going to pit twice. And so he's saying, I can make up that ground that I'm going to lose on track. I don't think that's the case. As you said, 13 seconds is a very long way to make up. But I don't know. You could pit 100 times and still not catch up to Kevin West. He is checked out right now.
Yeah, he's just too far gone at this point with 19 laps to go. I mean, I don't like to wish for a caution, but I would like to see another restart. But Green Flag Racing is a lot of fun, and since we do still have battles back here, it's not like we're without entertainment. As we've got Chris Melton and Klaus Williams battling for the 7th place position, and Austin Call up to 4th now. We'll go back up there, and he's hunting down Adam Lowe pretty quickly, I might add.
Yeah, it's going to be really entertaining to see Call try to muscle his way as high up as he possibly can in this tide ride. I know Adam Lowe wants that podium. I don't think he's just going to roll over for Call. These two race around each other all the time, so there's going to be a lot of respect here given between these two.
And Austin Call is looking for the opportunity right there, and Adam Lowe did not make it easy, didn't budge. Call looking again into turns number 3, side by side. I think he's going to be able to complete the pass as they come here to the start-finish line. And he could slide right in front of them right here, and he's going to do as such, move Austin Call up to 3rd. Now to hunt down a Justin Lewis, only 2.5 seconds ahead.
Yeah, you can see up in front of those guys, we're still talking about him. The lap machine of James Lindsay, I believe, in the 751 machine. He's making these new tires work. Remember, he was the last guy to come down on pit road, was able to stretch it as long as he can. So he's got the best tires in the field. So it does make sense he's passing guys like Call and Lewis.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, he scored in P15, and then obviously the strategy did not work out for him. But it could have, timely caution. But unfortunately, it didn't go his way. Back up here to Justin Lewis to watch the closing of Austin Call. Now within 1.5 seconds for Austin Call.
Yeah, Call is boogieing here up the charts. And we talked about earlier how it was a pretty big mountain between him and Lewis. I don't think it's that big anymore. 15 laps to go. Austin Call is flying around this racetrack.
Coming back here to ninth and keeping check out on Todd Merkel here in the number 2 machine. We saw him, what I believe, highest position 3rd, now currently scored 9th, running pretty solid lap times, better than every driver in front of him. Yeah, better than every driver in front of him. Ran a 32.97. He's 2.5 seconds to the next closest car. I'm thinking he might be able to get to 8th, possibly 7th, because he's about 3/4 tenths a second faster than 8th, 7th, and 6th.
I want to talk about the driver sitting in the 7th position right now, because we made a big fuss about Austin Call earlier, as he is around Justin Lewis now, setting his sights on Kevin West, who is forever and a day and away. But taking a look here now at Chris Melton, just want to highlight his day here in the 52 machine. He's plus 10 from where he started. In that 52, he's kept it pretty clean, pretty sporty all day long. He's got a spot right here in front of him, challenging Chad Jones for the 6th position.
And so we're not quite done with battles. In fact, there's another battle a little bit further up. Klaus Williams is now working on Adam Lowe for 4th, side by side, coming to lap 11 at the start-finish line. Adam Lowe going to hang on to it this time around, but Klaus Williams not done yet. Difference of tires is 7 laps. Klaus Williams pitting lap 47, and Adam Lowe pitting on lap 40.
Yeah, and absolutely. Oh no, Klaus hard into the outside wall, coming out of turn 2, trying to dig, doing everything he can to pass Adam Lowe. No foul play there. It's just Klaus got a little loose on exit, and the wall got him.
You know, as watching Klaus Williams, thinking there might have been an opportunity to catch Austin Call because he's faster than the top 4 for a moment. And, you know, the wall monster got him. And take note of how hard he had to turn that car to the left in order to get it off the wall. I wish I could bring that back to the screen right here, but unfortunately I cannot. But regrouping quick.
Yeah, he is. Back behind these guys, you can see that battle has come and went between Chad Jones and Chris Melton, as Melton takes the 6th position. He could very well get 4th out of this thing, depending on the battle between Williams and Lowe.
Here's Austin Call right here, 2 seconds ahead of Lewis. I think he's pretty much got that position sorted out. I think this is going to be our best battle on track right here. Klaus Williams and Adam Lowe for the 4th place position. And look at that, way down there.
They used to call using that low line right there at the paint Harvicking around Atlanta, wrapping the bottom, but I don't think that's quite what Kevin had in mind, because Adam Lowe drove that car to places ain't nobody has driven before, down there below the white line on entry here going into turn 3.
I can't imagine the car felt very good when that happened, and the fact that he's still managing to stay in front of Klaus Williams after that is rather incredible. Williams looking for an opportunity here into turn number 3. He's going to float up side by side. Are they going to touch? No, they're not. Klaus Williams is going to slide right up in front of him and pretty much just flat out cut him off to take the position.
Hey, I don't mind that at all. Adam Lowe's been racing him really, really hard, as you should, but he's on 7-lap fresher tires. You kind of are frustrated because you can see up in front of you the podium is waiting for Klaus Williams. He can go and get Justin Lewis now. He just had to make quick work of Adam Lowe, and it was anything but quick.
Anything but quick. He's going to have 7 laps to do it. Similar lap times. We're going to see what Klaus Williams checks off now that he's clear of Adam Lowe. The difference slowly changing. 9/10 of a second now. A big chunk right there that just taken Lewis up the track. Klaus Williams gained about 7/10 of a second. Gap almost 6/10 of a second. Eating into that lead for Justin Lewis extremely quickly.
You thought the difference between 47 and 40 was big. How about 34 and 47? That's the difference between Lewis and Williams. I don't think this is going to be much of a fight at all. It's Klaus Williams looking to get a podium.
Klaus Williams making short work with significantly fresher tires than Justin Lewis. Lewis just going to give the position away, and you know what? That's going to remove Justin Lewis from the podium.
Yeah, I don't think Justin Lewis's misfortune, though, with 5 laps to go, is quite done yet. He could possibly fall as low as 6th place with Chris Melton looking sporty back there. But for now, he's got to fend off Adam Lowe.
As we're coming to lap 5, or excuse me, 5 laps to go right here on Justin Lewis. He's just getting out of the way. He's running this high lane. Adam Lowe's going to take advantage of it. And Chris Melton's going to be right there behind him. I don't imagine. I'm not sure. I think he'll get there. I don't know if he'll pass him, considering Adam Lowe did not complete the pass right here, and I'm really surprised by that. I bet Adam Lowe's tires are struggling too, and he just doesn't quite have the drive off. And with the respect everybody has for Justin Lewis, you don't want to just go up and door this guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, up front, Kevin West has pulled out too. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, on timing and scoring, I believe the number is 17.5 seconds. Is that right? On Austin Call?
17.5 seconds. Quite a bit, I would say. That's just crazy. That's crazy. I mean, of course, there hasn't been a caution, but we're saying almost 18 seconds over a competitor running comparative lap times right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're only driving 33, 34-second laps right now. So, put things in perspective. Kevin West, this is a whooping he's putting on the field right now. Definitely good battles, though, happening throughout the field. We haven't really covered Kevin a ton, but I think now's the time to start talking about him. He's won 7 times here in SCL Grand National Division, and he has been the class of the field often, week in and week out. When he wins, it's kind of like a Martin Truex Jr. kind of feel. He gets it right off the hauler, and he just goes out and dominates all the time. We're coming to get the white flag here. One more lap here in the Grand National Division of SCL competition.
One more lap to go. Chris Melton does get around Justin Lewis, moving Justin Lewis to 6th, move Chris Melton up to 5th. Adam Lowe was hopeful of chasing Austin Call back down, but it's not going to happen. However, Melton trying to get to Adam Lowe, and he's going to run out of time because that's going to do it. Man, I don't even know what to say. It's over.
Well, now it's over. Kevin West will cross the start-finish line, and now we have to wait for the rest of the field to wind up finally catching up to him. It'll be Kevin West, P1. Look at Klaus Williams and how close he's going to be digging to get to Austin Call. It won't be enough, though, as Call is going to cross the finish line 2nd, and Klaus Williams will round out your trio on the podium tonight. We crowned a champion here in Kevin West. He had a sizable lead coming into tonight. He did everything he could. He led nearly all the laps and got the bonus points there. He gets the bonus points for winning. And ultimately, he's going to walk away with a trophy. And now we can finally say it, Jonathan, because he won the championship. The driver of the 29, Jason Foskey, will be your Rookie of the Year here in the Grand National Division.
It's really cool, I think, to crown two different things, a champion and Rookie of the Year. Another fun race right here. I mean, unfortunately for the field, Kevin West was just checked out from the drop of the flag. Just absolutely checked out. Everyone was fighting for 2nd. And today's largest mover, Chris Melton in the number 52, getting around Adam Lowe at the last second, it appears.
Well, I want to bring in the Rookie of the Year here real quick. Jason, it's Zach and Jonathan up in the booth. You have a copy?
Yep, just making sure I don't wreck these guys.
Against all the odds, you wind up winning Rookie of the Year. Congratulations, in part because Jarrett Bolliard doesn't start tonight and Kevin West wins the championship. You get Rookie of the Year.
Hey, I'll take third place winner.
I think it's a little better than third place winner. You did put together a respectable season here in the Grand National Division of SCL competition. What was your night like around Atlanta?
It sucked. I have about 4 minutes worth of damage that I never got to fix because I thought there was going to be more cautions than this. I got caught up in that first wreck and never got a chance to fully fix it.
Well, you as difficult as your race was, man, you hung in there. You put together a respectable effort, coming home 12th tonight, and it was enough, obviously, to secure your Rookie of the Year honors. I'm going to bring in Josh Hill now to say a few words. Josh, you're in the booth with a whole bunch of folks, and your Rookie of the Year.
Well, Jason Foskey, you did an awesome job this year. I know it's kind of tough for Jarrett Bolliard, who would have been the Rookie of the Year this season in the Grand National Division. His demise is your gain here, as you gain a Rookie of the Year title in the SCL. Your certificate for Rookie of the Year will be coming shortly. I'll be printing them all up this weekend. So congratulations to you. I know you're going to hold this honor in high regard, and we hope to see you again next season, run for a championship.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Well, that is Jason Foskey, your Rookie of the Year, coming in and saying a few words. Jonathan, let's get back to our normal routine. We're going to bring in, well, how do you want to do it? We'll give it this way. How about we go, let's go Klaus Williams.
I like doing that. We're just going to let the champion just kind of relax. He's earned it.
All right. Klaus, you're in the booth with Zach Woods and Jonathan Leach. You got a copy?
Yes, I got you.
And it sounds like he's in a car.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna let you have it, boss man.
Klaus, great job running through the field to come home third. We were watching you battle with Adam Lowe. Kind of got it wrong, ended up in the wall. Did you think your shot at the podium was over in that moment?
Yeah, I thought I might have done some wheel damage at that moment, but the crew chief came on and didn't say that I had any wheel damage, and I just rode behind him a couple laps just to make sure, and then I noticed that the car was okay, so I kept going.
Well, right on, and you were quick. Maybe 10 laps more, maybe you would have had a shot at P2. But P3, I mean, you can't hang your head on that. It's really a good run considering the competition in the field, and unfortunately, everybody was racing for second.
Yes, it was a good run. It was a lot of fun racing these guys, as always. I would look forward to racing with these guys every week. So it was a fun race.
All right, and my last thoughts. Are you excited going into next season, and do you wish it was starting like next week instead of in a few?
Yeah, I wish it would start next week instead of a few, but I'm looking forward to next season. And I didn't run a full season this season, but I will be next season. So.
Well, we'll be certainly looking forward to you doing that. If there's anyone you'd like to mention or thank before we let you go, the floor is yours.
No, I just appreciate SCL for letting me race in this league, and I enjoy it and look forward to it every week.
Awesome, Klaus. Well, I enjoy covering it. It's fun watching you race, and maybe I need to get out there and see what I can do and bump some fenders with you guys one of these times.
Absolutely. Bring it on.
Yeah, great run. I hope you enjoy your night.
Thank you. You too.
All right, well, let's bring in the driver of the number 18 machine, Austin. It is Zach Woods and Jonathan Leach up in the booth.
Yeah.
Well, you went away for a while, and then you come back, and now you won't leave us alone. So it seems like you picked this thing up pretty quick, making sure you're able to put in a few weeks of strong effort, no matter what you're out here driving. Kevin was just gone all day long, but it was clear that you had the second best car in the field today. What talk to the folks out there in terms of how you tried to manage this race?
I mean, I was like, I was doing long runs with Justin Lewis in practice for like probably an hour, and we figured out that it was you have to, at least for us, we had to back off our pace a good second, second to 2 seconds just to save tires. But once you did that, you can start pushing about 25 laps into a run. So what ended up happening was Kevin would end up pulling out to a huge lead because we had to back off our pace by so much, and then I would get equal. And by I think about lap 20 on, every time my crew chief would come up with, "Hey, the leader's running this lap time. I am 5,000s faster or 3,000 slower." So like we were dead even on the long run. It was all in the short run though, and the overall management of tires while going fast.
We talked all night long about this unique pairing, kind of an old school feel with the Gen 4 here at Old Atlanta. Talk to the fans out there about how this car drove on this old racing surface. What makes it fun? What makes it difficult? How does it suit your driving style?
I mean, it doesn't suit my driving style really at all. I mean, these are the same. So I do racing in real life. This is the same like feel of the car that I ended up cracking the inside wall and almost giving myself a concussion with. So,
And you're here.
What?
And you're here racing it.
But it's really tight on entry, especially if you're trying to do like a really fast lap and you're running that high line. It gets real tight middle, and then as soon as you try to get on the power, it tries to whip itself around, and it's a really hard combination. But if you get it right, it's really fun to drive.
Well, you certainly put together a really good season here, across all the SEL divisions of competition. But for tonight, do you have anybody you need to thank here for your Grand National tour?
Well, obviously, I got to thank my teammates, Justin and Todd, especially Justin, for doing all those long runs with me before the race. Just trying to figure out how the track was going to run. And I got to thank my family. They let me do these races, especially my brother. He's got something that usually happens every night at 8, but he can't do that whenever I'm racing, so sucks for him. And I got to thank my grandma. She watches all these races. At least the ones I remember to send her. I know I forgot one on Sunday, but she's always watching these, and yeah, that's right, I think.
All right. Well, P2 tonight, good job. You go and enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, the last thing left to do is to bring in the trailer park dude, your champion, Kevin West. It's Zach Woods and Jonathan Leach up in the booth. You have a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
I'm going to leave you here with the boss man of Sim Racing Media, Jonathan Leach, to cover your championship campaign.
Oh, covering a championship campaign, and I mean, it was nothing short of what today was, always checking out just about every race without a late race caution. Did you know you had about a 17.5-second lead over the competition for this race? How do you... I guess if I ask you that, you'll give away your secrets, but it's just consistently. You win the championship, so you don't get to be Rookie of the Year. I assume you'd rather be the champion, yes?
Oh, yeah. I'd rather have that trophy, for sure.
Yeah, I most definitely. Now, looking back at the season, what was your favorite track to run at?
Probably Rockingham. I like how technical that track is, and the tires fall off a lot, kind of like they did here. You got to really practice throttle control and taking care of your stuff. So that was probably my favorite track. I'd have to say Atlanta here is probably my second favorite. This is actually my home track, so I really didn't want to lose this one, so I got up on the wheel a little bit.
Yeah, only a little bit, he says, Zach. Only a little bit with a 17-second lead. No cautions. Excuse me, there's the one caution. I take that back. We had one caution. and then from there you just checked out. So just a phenomenal run tonight, phenomenal run for the season. Should we expect you to be back for the next season?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I enjoyed my time running with these guys. They put on a good show. The admins are really good. Everyone runs really clean and respectable. So, yeah, I'll come back.
Awesome, that's great. We definitely look forward to seeing you. At this point, congratulations on being the champion for the Grand National Series here on Wednesday nights. It's been our pleasure to cover it and watch outstanding racing. Typically watching you just kind of showcase the field and methodically work your way through the field, or find ways to just always stay up front. At this time, the floor is yours. Who do you want to talk to or mention?
I just want to give a shout out to my wife, my family, my mom and my stepdad. They like to follow along with my little iRacing career that I got going on. So shout out to them. I'm probably going to start streaming a little bit on YouTube and Twitch. You can find me on there as Trailer Park Dude. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations on being the champion. Zach, do you have any words to say?
Well, I don't have anything else to say other than congratulations, Kevin. I'm gonna give my time of blabbing over to. There goes the rookie of the year up over your hood. That was funny. It was very unexpected. That's why it caught me so off guard. But I'm gonna give this time over to Josh Terrett Hill.
Kevin West, this is Josh Terrett Hill. Thank you for coming out this season. Really great to see you come out here and give everybody an old school ass whooping every week. 8 wins on the season is tremendous with the shortened season that we had. I know you had a lot of fun doing it in this car this season. Looks like it's a good pairing for you. But you got a trophy coming. We'll be getting them trophies out to you. We need to get a mailing address from you. We'll send you your trophy. Yeah, you're really going to like it. And hopefully we'll see you come back next season. Looks like we might be running trucks on Wednesday night. You think you can come and battle for a championship in the trucks with us?
I can certainly give it a shot. I'm probably not as good in the trucks. I think if the Gen 4 was the only car on iRacing, I might be in the Coke Series or something. I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed running with you guys. I appreciate you having me. You guys did a great job adminning this season, and I appreciate everything.
Well, that's awesome. You are crowned the champion. I know you will do a great job defending your championship next season and be a great asset to the league in the future. And if you're not as good in the trucks, maybe somebody else has a shot at it. Maybe a little bit of a glimmer of hope for everybody else if you're not as good in the trucks. But you really killed them this season in the Grand National Series, and we thank you for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
I didn't do that.
All right. Well, that's. I know exactly who did it. I'm gonna once again congratulate Kevin West. Good job. Go and enjoy it.
Thanks.
You know, Zach, I want to take a quick moment in the comments. Bruno Latour says the Canada curse is real, and I feel really bad for him.
It's your fault. That's all your
No, it's not my fault.
Um,
It's not my fault. I just now said it, and something always collects this guy. Whether it's on Tuesday or Wednesday, it's every single week. Now the monkey's off the back, though. The season's over.
Well, we only have one more thing to do. Let's go down the finishing results here of the last race of the season here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for SCL's Grand National Division. Westcall and Williams, your top 3 tonight, followed by Chris Melton in that hard charging 52 machine. Adam Lowe driving the 58 will come home 5th. Justin Lewis will bring that 07 machine desperately home 6th. Chad Jones piloting the 75 to a 7th place finish. Todd Merkel 8th. Joshua Yarborough piloting the 77 to 9th, and Brendan Cornier in the 891 machine. Your first car 1 lap down will finish 10th. Taylor Liskowski in the 375. Climbs all the way back up to 11th, so that's pretty impressive. Jason Foskey, again, your rookie of the year, will finish 12th. Bruno Latour, 13th. David Handoff, 14th. 15th will go to James Lindsay. Wesley Hogue, I want to cover him just very briefly. I think he should be the recipient of the Under Pressure Washing Tough Luck Award as he finishes 59 laps down in last, of course, involved in that early incident there in the 038, forced him to retire early. We want to thank the many sponsors of the SCL International Series across all divisions for sponsoring their competition. That is in part why we here at Sim Racing Media get to cover such an awesome league and Under Pressure Washing Services, accompanied by SEL driver Chris Vanderplatz, is one of the reasons why we're able to make that happen. So thank you so much for your continued support. And then Michael Matta was not able to complete any laps here tonight. So boss man, I think this is it. You got your fix in with 2 quality races this week. And it just seems like every time you're in the booth, there's always something entertaining to talk about.
Oh man, I mean, we just get along. Unfortunately, my head for some reason wasn't quite in the game today. I was just a little bit off for a championship race. But SCL is just really proud to be really proud to have these guys on with us, and it's been great being the primary producer who's only here like half of the season. But coming into the next season, I expect and hope that you will be back with me, and I should be here for at least Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see as these guys, get in their planning and try to schedule something out. We hope here on our end we're able to entertain all the fans here that support SCL International Series, no matter what they're driving. It could be Gen 4s, it could be trucks, it could be pro stocks or street stocks, it could be next gen rides. It doesn't matter what they drive. Their branding is always clean, fun racing and trying to outwit one another with competitive strategy. And we hope that y'all enjoyed another great season finale, 3 this week, given what we've been able to cover Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We want to thank you for making tonight this feature event for tonight's evening. We're really honored to have you watch this and give these guys a follow in their Discord if you, again, are interested in joining up for an iRacing League. This one is one of the better ones we tend to cover here on Sim Racing Media. My name is Zach Woods, and up with me in the booth tonight, honored to have the boss man of Sim Racing Media, Jonathan Leach. And until we meet again, don't Tony DePrasso talks about sometimes, not wanting to play in traffic or something like that. So if you want to know what that quote is, go watch more Sim Racing Media. We'll talk to you later. Zach Woods and Jonathan Leach from the booth. Everybody have a good night.